Today is the 23rd Sunday after Pentecost. Hi, Church School families. Today is the 23rd Sunday after Pentecost, and our story today is the Exodus. Last week, you heard about the life of Moses, and today we are going to learn a little bit more about how Moses led his people into freedom. I hope you enjoy. This lesson needs the desert. This is the desert. It's not the whole desert. It is only a piece of the desert. We need part of the desert in our classroom because so many important things happen in the desert to the people of God. The desert is a dangerous place. There is no food. There is no water. People can die without food and water. Nothing grows there. So when the wind blows, the shape of the desert changes, and people can easily lose their way. The desert is a dangerous place. People do not go there unless they have to. It takes courage to go into the desert. The people of God were living in a place where the rains did not come. The crops had no water, so they could not grow. There was no grain to grind to make bread, and everyone was hungry. The children cried in their sleep, so their mothers and fathers decided to go to a new land where there was food. They had to go, even if it was across the desert. Their journey began. Eventually, they arrived in the land of Egypt. It had been a hard journey. In the land of Egypt, the king was called a Pharaoh. When the people came into the land of Egypt, they found food and work, but the Pharaoh trapped them. They could not go home again. They had to do what the Pharaoh said. They had to live where the Pharaoh said. They had to get up when the Pharaoh said. They had to go to bed when the Pharaoh said. They had to eat what the Pharaoh said. They had to do the work the Pharaoh said. They had to do everything the Pharaoh said. They were slaves. One of the people, whose name was Moses, came to the Pharaoh, and he said, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh said, "No." Moses went back many times to tell the Pharaoh to let his people go, but the Pharaoh always said no. Then many strange things happened in the land. But the Pharaoh always said no. Then something terrible happened. The oldest boy in each Egyptian family, even the family of the Pharaoh, died. The oldest boys in the families of the people of God did not die because the people made a mark on the doors of their houses. They put the blood of a lamb there, and the angel of death passed over them. When Moses went back this time and said, "Let my people go," to the Pharaoh said, "Yes." The people began to hurry to get everything ready. They packed all they could carry, and they baked bread for the journey, but there was no time to put leaven in the bread, and so the bread did not get a chance to swell up and get big and fluffy like the bread you buy in the store. It was flat. You can still eat this bread today. It is called matzah. And whenever you taste it, you can still taste this story. The people went as quickly as they could. They were afraid that the Pharaoh would change his mind. Suddenly, they heard the sound they did not want to hear. The ground began to shake. The Pharaoh's army was coming after them. The beating of the horses' hooves and the rolling of the chariots sounded like thunder. The army of Pharaoh had pushed the people against the water. But God came close to Moses, and Moses came close to God. And Moses knew how to take the people through the water into freedom. They moved through the water that had parted. This one was so happy, he ran through. This one was confused. This one was so excited. This one wanted to dance and twirl and jump. This one was singing. And this one was shouting for joy. One by one, they went through the parted waters. When all of the people were safe on the other side, the water closed behind them, and they were free. The army of the Pharaoh could not get them. They were so happy to be free that they just had to thank God. They gathered in a circle. And Miriam led them in dancing. Now, I wonder what part of this story you liked the best. I wonder which part of the story you were in. I wonder if there is any part of this story that we could take out and still have everything we need. I hope you have a wonderful week. Stay well. Bye.